Now I can get the motor mounted. And I'll just lock up the bearings and the keyways now. Now that it's all together and the sprockets are all lined up, I can go ahead and fix the chain on. So I just split the chain and added a half link here, just using the basic chain breaker. Now I can pull this pin out and connect the chain. Okay, so it's a little loose and I can take as much of that out as I want with this right here. All right, now it's time to hook up the hydraulic hoses, and I'll go test it out before I put the blades on just to make sure everything's running well. Then I'll come back in, throw the blades on, and we'll see how it works. Okay, and each end gets a quick connect. All right, now we're gonna go test it. All right, that went great. It's running really smooth. Everything's in good alignment, so there's no extra friction or torque forces involved. It was right in the speed band that I was designing it for, so that turned out well. And I was able to control the power and the speed of it, both with the throttle and the hydraulic flow on the tractor. So I should be able to dial it into exactly where I want it to run once I get it going. The last thing to do is get the blades that do the actual shredding designed and cut out and installed, and then I can take it for a final test drive. Okay, I've been playing around with some different blade designs, and I think I've found one that I've settled on and I'm gonna roll with. First, I started with this really aggressive 4-blade design, and then the opposite side will have a circle that the blade runs right next to so that it can cut against something. But after cutting this out and being able to physically examine it, I decided to double the teeth and to go for a much shallower gap here. So then I moved on to this one, and the blade and circle are a lot more similar in size in this version, but then again, after having it physically in my hands to examine it, I don't think that's a great idea. So then I went all the way to the opposite and made the blade much bigger with a much smaller circle. And again, once I had it in my hands and could examine it and turn it about, I decided that that again wasn't great, so that I have ended up here in sort of a middle version between these two, and I like how it's looking. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut out 30 of these, get them installed, and we'll see how it works. Really, I have no idea how well these are gonna work out. I'm just gonna have to get them installed, give them a try, and they'll either work or I'll be back to square one. But I'll go ahead and bust these out and get them installed. I'll take off the back plate, which comes off easily with just these 4 bolts. Then I'll unlock the bearings. All right, and now I just need to start stacking the blades onto the axles, alternating blade, circle, blade, circle. All right, so that's one stack done, and I'll just test fit it. There we go. Some of these might need a little bit of file cleanup, so I'll go ahead and get those done and stack them on this one, and then I'll get the whole thing installed. All right, so got them slotted together. All right, everything's looking good, and I just want to test that everything's nice and free. That is spinning really easily, and anything that gets in here is just gonna get sucked in and hopefully shredded to ribbons. So I'll get this chain back on and then go test it outside. Okay, now it's all together. I'm just gonna weigh it before I take it out to the tractor. That is 120 pounds. So 55 kilos, something like that. All right, it's all set up. What I'm going to do is just turn the tractor on and take it really slow at first. I want to make sure there's no binding or anything like that. I'll slowly start speeding it up once I'm nice and comfortable with this. If everything's still going well, I'll try running a couple cans through it. All right, here we go.